for just $149 a month. Hurry, offers end soon.
This Pix 11 weather report presented by Hyundai. Test drive a new Hyundai today.
A deadly escalation in Gaza. At least 81 people killed in a wave of Israeli airstrikes. The Hamas-run civil defense unit says homes, schools, and residential buildings were hit. Israel says the strikes were in response to a Hamas attack that violated the U.S. brokered ceasefire. Hamas denies any involvement, insisting it's still committed to that agreement. President Trump says the ceasefire remains in place, but says Israel should hit back if its soldiers are targeted. The federal government shutdown now in its fifth week, and November SNAP benefits remain unfunded.
This as senators vote down a stopgap funding measure for the 13th time. Washington correspondent Kristen Eskow joins us live with more on the vice president's announcement about military pay. Good morning, Kristen.
Well, good morning, Craig and Vanessa. So Vice President Vance says military service members will be paid at the end of the week. He says the Trump administration is exploring all options to keep government programs running, including food assistance, but he acknowledged there are limitations. Now, meanwhile, the short-term funding bill continues to fail in the Senate.
Democrats have not backed off their health care demands after the largest union of federal workers demanded an end to the shutdown.
Our position from the beginning is that we want to reopen the government as quickly as possible and restore health care to everybody.
The short-term funding bill to reopen the government failed for the 13th time on the Senate floor Tuesday. Despite the union's plea and the uncertainty over November SNAP benefits, there were no new yes votes from Democrats.
Even as nutrition programs are running out of money and federal workers are lining up at food banks, Democrats continue to reject every opportunity to end the shutdown or mitigate its pain.
But Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer argues the Trump administration could be using other funds.
There is somewhere around $5 billion in emergency funds that could be used right now to ensure parents and kids don't go hungry.
Lawmakers from both political parties have proposed legislation to continue funding SNAP during the shutdown. But when speaking with reporters, Senate Majority Leader John Thune sounded skeptical of advancing legislation to keep individual programs funded.
I get the rationale, but that's not the way to approach this. The way to approach this is to reopen the government.
The Trump administration has said it cannot legally dip into the SNAP contingency fund due to the government shutdown. Craig and Vanessa.
Kristen, thank you so much for those updates. At 6:17 here in other news, the upgrade to Grand Central Terminal subway station